Good morning and welcome to the Computer History Museum for the June Digital Learning Labs. We have an absolutely awesome turnout today. I see a lot of new faces, so first of all, I want to thank all of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here today. And like Dan said, I also want to acknowledge and welcome all of our friends from Lexus that are here.
You know, we're kind of innovating here in the San Francisco region with our partners. Joe's done a great job of providing you with different presenters and different ways to look at things. But this whole day today and all these workshops that we've had are really about, and I'm not sure if you got a chance to see that video, but it's really about what Steve Jobs talked about, which is embracing change.
We really want to make sure that the dealerships in the room have a strong foundation in terms of how we're converting the leads that we're spending millions and millions of dollars and hundreds of man hours to generate to come into our dealerships and virtual dealerships. So what we did is we looked high and low and we sought out the best talent in the market in terms of who can really help us achieve these goals.
So when we talk about the appointment culture, I want you to think dentist for a moment. And I don't mean getting your teeth drilled. I mean, if I had a dentist appointment this morning at, say, 9:15, I would walk out of the back around 10 o'clock after getting my teeth cleaned. I'd walk up to the receptionist. She'd hand me a card like that. And she'd say, Steve, how does December 26th work, assuming they're open the day after Christmas? And she'd pick that day because it's exactly 6 months from today, right? And I'd look at my iPhone and run to my calendar like I have everything scheduled 6 months out. And I'd say, December 26th works great. She'd say, how about 9:15? I'd say, that's great. I'd write December 26th, 9:15 on this card, put the card in my pocket, go home, put it into my calendar. And even though I travel 3 weeks out of every month training dealers all across the country, there's a 90% chance I'm going to keep that appointment. There's a 90% chance I'm going to keep a $30 teeth cleaning appointment for 6 months from now. And a 100% chance that if I have to change that appointment, I'm going to call them as soon as I know and change it. Now, does anybody know why I'm going to keep that appointment? Any thoughts? Hard to get, absolutely. So it's important to me, right? If I try to cancel the day before, no problem, but now it's 6 weeks out, right? One other reason, and it isn't the reason I'm going to keep it, but it's the reason some people keep those appointments. My dentist charges $45 if you miss the appointment. So it's $30 copay if I keep the appointment, $45 if I miss. Now, I hope some of you are thinking, man, if we could charge people for missed appointments, right? Some of my salespeople would be rich. Wouldn't that be nice? We can't charge for missed appointments, unfortunately. But we can get to the level that the dentist is. I actually have dealers today who have a 100% appointment show ratio on the sales side of their business, except for people who call them in advance and tell them they can't make it, just like the dentist office. But I know some of you are thinking, Steve, that's a dentist. Dentists have the respect of the consumer. It's important to the consumer. So I'm going to keep an appointment for a $30 teeth cleaning 6 months from now, but some of us have a hard time getting people to keep an appointment for a $30,000 car 6 hours from now. And it's because we're not making it important to them the way the dentist has made that appointment important to me.
And the idea behind the digital bundle is to give you a 360 view of your dealership so that you're not just sort of siloed in one, okay, I've got my mystery shop here, okay, I've got my assessment here, or that they're even all over the place in terms of this Excel sheet and this Excel sheet. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to consolidate and then give a place for initiatives that the region wants to put forward to live as well. So the things that are in the digital bundle for this region right now are the Three Birds Marketing Digital Assessment. I really like that company. And those are going to be the most recent and the archived. And for you guys, we do it quarterly. So we're going to put all the ones that we've had, or all the ones that we've done, and all the future ones we do, you know, hopefully until the end of time if Joe and I have our way. But, and so you'll be able to go and look at how you've progressed and also work right off of that assessment online. Now next, we get the Shopper's Critique Mystery Shop information via Joe, and that gets updated as your shops get updated. So that'll be more monthly. We also get your electronic lead management data from the partner that you guys have, and that will also be updated as it goes, you know, as it refreshes. So those pieces of information will update currently more than the digital assessment. If the region takes it to a monthly assessment program, obviously that would be in there as well. And the really exciting thing too about our dashboard is that it's built on our responsive design architecture. So any place, anytime, any device, you can look at it on your tablet, your phone, or your desktop computer.
So kind of in summary, you know, we do have the ability to hit people during all areas of that purchase funnel. based on the keyword targeting, based on retargeting people that have been to your website, based on the interest targeting with hitting your followers of your competitor dealerships, as well as the TV ad targeting. And that's a way to get more creative with your tweets. Target people watching sports, watching Scandal, whatever the show might be, as well as the TV ad targeting to retarget people that have seen the national TV ad.
And what we did for this test, I mentioned before, we took videos from the dealers before that were generic stock, that were posted on their site, that were, didn't have really a call to action or a meaning or a message. And this time we worked with a company to leverage a lot of the content that had been done for Scion Drift events. So one of the messages that we learned at YouTube was the fact that content equals advertising. And so when many of you have gone to YouTube today, the videos that you'll post, that you'll tweet, that you'll comment on are not the ones saying, come to my dealership, we have great deals on Scions and Toyotas. You're posting and commenting and liking the ones that are, have interesting items, whether it's funny, gross, engaging type ads, right? So we were very pleased, which I'll show you the video that we leveraged to get this done, but we used this video for all 15 stores. And we worked with the provider to change the message at the end so it would have a tag for the specific store. So round 1, a stock ad, no call to action. Round 2, an engaging ad tied towards drifting events with annotations and some tags, as well as having a call to action at the end. Let's look at the first 20 days of each of the respective campaigns. So round 1, 509,000 impressions. And keep in mind, that was when we were doing demographic targeting, very broad, tied towards specific demographic, male, female, and different age demographics. Version 2, 950,000 impressions. It's a 95% increase in impressions. Views, again, the first 20 days, 80,000 views, up to 171,000 views. So we're getting a richer content is driving richer clicks, which should then drive more traffic to your stores. And I'm going to show you a slide here in a second what that is. And then website clicks. This is what it's all about, right? So we want to drive them. Before round 1, we drove them to the home page in the Toyota case. On the Scion case, we're driving them specifically to your incentives page. And this is where you can see the importance at all of your stores when you're looking at Scion, making sure that that site has content that we're driving to that will make it more sticky.
The main reason to use Google Plus is Google. And I don't just mean it's a Google product or service, it's the next version of Google. And this is, if there's one thing to take away, is to know this. Most people think of it as a social destination. They share content, people can engage in that content. It is that, but it's also a social layer. And the social layer goes across Google's products and services. And it means that the principles of Google Plus go throughout what I'm going to show you. Google Drive and YouTube and Google Search. So the main reason to be using Google is it is Google. And if you're not understanding how Google have really changed in the last 3 years, because it's 3 years on Saturday since Google Plus launched, then I think you're missing out. And as a business, think about search. If Google Plus is Google, and you're thinking that most people are using Google Search to find you, you're going to want to be on Google Plus.
Yeah, there we go. So we're going to fire this up for you. In the world of Toyota, and this is live, by the way, so I have no idea what we're about to look at. It should be fun. We're going to show you topics. We're going to show you hashtags. We're going to start here. We're going to keep it safe. In the world of general conversations about Toyota, we break all of this down. We analyze 3 billion pieces of content per hour across 150 different types of metrics for every single one of these pieces of content, whether it's a Facebook post or a tweet or whatever have you. So when you look at all this stuff on screen, we've split it up into things that are orange, which means this is accelerating. Right now on some social network somewhere in the planet, because we do 146 languages as of now, of which I only speak 1, English, we can show you what's trending based off size and color. We try to keep this very straightforward. So since none of these people in the room are data scientists, I'm going to guess, because I'm certainly not, what we've learned is that basic visual cues can tell the whole story. So things like colors that are orange, that tells us what's heating up right now. And if we clicked on one, like the Toyota Celica, we can open a sidebar, and we can show you all the trending conversations on different networks ranked by time or popularity with little green or red nodes under it indicating sentiment. And if we wanted to learn more about something like the Toyota Celica, all we'd have to do is click Explore on Toyota Celica. So go ahead, Corey, fire that up. in real time, since we're mapping the collective consciousness as it's unfolding, we can show you in 3 seconds or less a heat map for anything on Earth you want to look at. So this is the world of Celica right now. And we can probably see some really great things, but also some moderately disturbing things in here. This is the unfiltered truth. You know, we see things like classic cars at the top left. That's a hashtag. And that is not exclusive to Twitter, although we should be honest with ourselves. Twitter owns the world of hashtags, but they're on Tumblr, they're on Facebook, they're on websites. Everybody uses hashtags. Some platforms don't know why they're using hashtags, but we bring it in. And so we could find out all the people talking about classic cars related to Toyota Celica, if there was a trend there. And when we find all this stuff, we just feed it to you in real time. And we can tell anyone in the room, hey guys, right now, there is a nascent trend. This hasn't yet hit peak saturation, but the entire classic car community has just somehow shifted focus to talk about the Celica. If that happened, we'll know before it goes viral. That's what we do. We're after trends before they hit peak saturation.